So we continue what we were having in the last class. We have already learned about the classification of the waves on the basis of which medium they are moving. Okay, so a medium should have an order. So whenever the waves are moving, the medium also should have its own features. That is what we have learned: elasticity. It should be elastic medium, the density of the medium, and internal structure. Now we are moving on to the another category of the wave or classification of waves, at which how they move, at which the particle move. So mainly we have two types of classification in waves on the basis of how does the wave move. The first one on to, so a medium, the medium for the motion of the waves should be a medium that should be a substance at which waves travel through and need to have in order. They cannot just simply move. So in a medium, if the particle should move, it should be determined by the order of a particular structure of the medium. So on the basis, we have, according to the direction of the movement of the individual particles of the medium, related to the direction of the waves travel. So that is the second classification. How does move? So if the waves should travel from one place to another place, the medium should have its own order or its own particular structure for individual particles in that medium. Then only the wave can travel. So how does the wave move? That is determined by the particles in the medium. So actually, I repeat once again, how does a wave move? Which determined by the particles in the medium. So the particles in the medium determines how a wave should travel. For example, water waves. The water particles should decide how the waves should move. In the case of sound, the solid medium, suppose the sound is traveling through a solid medium. You can see that if you tap on the table, you will hear the sound. And even you splash on the water, so that water makes the sound. And now I am talking, the air is transmitting the sound. So the particles in the air or particles in the water and particles in the solid or particles in the table should determine how does the waves should travel. That is why, so depending upon the particles vibration, the speed of the wave changes. Depending upon the particles of the medium, the speed of the wave changes. So that means as we go, especially in kitchen vessel, you just think about the kitchen vessel, your mother, if a mother enters in the kitchen, some mothers enter, no one will not come to know. But like me, someone enters in the kitchen, everyone will come to know. The reason that there will be dropping of the steel vessels or steel spoons on the kitchen. The moment I enter in the kitchen, everyone in my family come to know, Dixon has entered in the kitchen. Okay, so why? How does they make out that I am in the kitchen? Because there is a clashing of the vessel sound. Sometimes, even some of you, maybe mother must have cooked a very delicious dish. You cannot control your greedy, and you must have, without knowing your mother, you must have entered in the kitchen and to check and see what are the things. So suddenly, one steel vessel or something fell down. At once your mother will run. What happened? What happened? Mother will think it is a cat, but your mother will think it's a cat of my own. No, Achut? Yeah. Mother will identify it's not the cat from outside, cat inside the house. How you can identify it? So these are the some things, no? Usually in my family and all like that, no, my brother makes you means your mother or my mother all will identify someone is entered in the kitchen by listening to the sound of the steel vessel. The reason is that in solids, waves travels faster usually. That is the reason. Okay. Not your greed is not the reason. Scientifically, it is the medium. Okay. So your steel vessel transfer the wave, sound wave faster. So that is why if a cat enters, everything enters, we will identify faster if. And some people will say, if you are alone at home, if you're sleeping in the night, keep the steel vessel near the door, in front of the door or outside the kitchen door, because that is the places the thieves enter. So if you keep the steel vessel close to that, the moment the thief tried to open it or crack it, the steel vessel, it will fall and he will be failed in robbing. So these are the some old tips said by the grandmothers and grandfathers. They didn't go to school like us, but they have a lot of knowledge more than us about our practical life. So why they are telling to keep the steel vessel? Why they are not telling keep the tumblers and keep the wooden pieces over there? Steel vessel transmit the waves faster. So because of that, you will able to get that sound faster. So that is what the particles in steel vessel with what is the structure of the steel vessel, that is making you how fast a wave travel. Sound travel. So that is why. So the classification of the waves in second category. How does it move? It is actually fully depending upon the particles of the medium. Okay, so to understand that, I am given some daily examples. So according to that, we have two types of waves. You must have heard in 9th standard, transverse waves. So first classification. So according to the direction of movement of the individual particles of the medium relative to the direction that the waves travel. So in which direction the particles move in a medium, the wave motion or wave propagation determines that. So first type is transverse wave. So what do you mean by transverse waves? Waves in which particles of the medium move in a direction perpendicular direction. So that means vibration of a spring, it's a transverse wave. Why? It moves, if you look at the waves, it is moving at a 90-degree on x-axis positive axis and another 90-degree on negative axis. So this is not at a 90-degree. And how do they move? They particles moving at a 90-degree, but wave propagation is in the direction parallel. So the particles movement is perpendicular to the direction of propagation, wave propagation. So wave is moving forward, but the particles vibrating in transverse waves at 90-degree. So these are known as transverse waves. Waves in which particles of the medium move in a direction perpendicular to the direction of the wave which move. Waves. So what do you mean by transverse waves? Waves in which particles of the medium move in a direction perpendicular to the direction of the wave which move. Or you can say direction of the wave propagation. You can simplify that. Waves in which particles of the medium move in a direction perpendicular to the direction of wave propagation. That is what we see, waves made by rope, string. Example of transverse wave, spring, light waves, okay, light waves, and all electromagnetic waves are transverse. All electromagnetic waves are transverse. X-rays, light rays, infrared. So you can say simply write waves made by rope and all EM waves. No need of writing X-ray, gamma ray, microwaves. You should learn that name and you can write it is a EM wave. So all EM waves, water waves. So all these are things. So this is the motion. We can do one activity by ourselves. If you take a spring If you take a spring in our hand and or a string, you can take a string, maybe the string made out of plastic or whatever it is, elastic, the string which is made of more elasticity. If you just shake it by yourself, it will produce a transverse wave. So this is one example you can do by yourself also. And a particular spring, we call it slingy spring, not ordinary spring. So when I talk about transverse wave exhibited by spring, actually I am talking about a particular spring known as slingy spring. Slingy spring is more or less like bangles. Okay, more or less like a bangle. It is a number of rings are there connected, and if you give one shake in first ring, then other bangles, they just move up and down just like a transverse move. So they are known as slingy spring. So we have slingy spring in our lab. Okay, these all are we do as a practical, but now we are not doing anything. That's it. So this is an example of transverse waves, how they move. So slingy spring, a spring which has more elasticity. So that is known as slingy spring. So that is transverse waves. Next type, longitudinal waves. Waves in which particles of the medium move in a direction parallel to the direction of the wave moves. That means here not perpendicular, the wave motion also parallel to the direction of the waves. There is no up and down motion. Here only particles move parallel to the wave motion. So our sound wave is a longitudinal wave. Sound can only transmit due to in the form of longitudinal wave. It cannot transmit transverse waves, but usually it is not easy for us to depict the longitudinal waves, because longitudinal waves always just like this parallel lines. They look like a parallel lines like this. So it is not easy for us to identify the amplitude. So generally we take its longitudinal and transverse waves, both as sinusoidal wave. Both longitudinal and transverse waves, we take it as a sinusoidal waves. Okay. So this is how the longitudinal waves look like. Longitudinal waves do oscillate in the same direction that the wave travels. So this is a spring, ordinary spring. Yeah.
Previous slide.
Okay. Complete?
Okay.
Okay. So these are some pictures of longitudinal spring. Spring means our ordinary spring, no, which we are using in ballpoint pen. So that is not a slingy, it is an ordinary spring. Elasticity is little more, they are little more rigid. So in last class also we have learned simple harmonic motion in rigid. That means it is only expand and compress. So that expansion and compression forming the wave. So that is longitudinal wave is oscillating like that. Now, how does longitudinal wave move? So they move in the form of, you can write, how does longitudinal wave move? Longitudinal waves move in the form of alternative compressions and rarefactions. Rarefaction, not factors, rarefactions. Longitudinal waves move in the form of alternative compressions and rarefactions. Example, you can say oscillation of a spring, oscillation of a rigid spring. Oscillation of a rigid spring. And transverse valves, just like you know, it is the alternative crust and trough. It is alternative crust and trough. Here, instead of crust and trough, what we are having? We are having compressions and rarefactions. Now, what do you mean by this compression and rarefaction? Okay. So children, if you just pull the spring forward, if you extend the spring forward, you can see that the spring has been expanded. So each rings of that spring has a lot of space. That means we can say that it is experiencing a rarefaction. Stretching the spring indicate the rarefaction. Compressing the spring, it is indicating the compression. So expanding the spring indicate rarefaction, and compressing the spring indicate compressions. Okay. Now, how do you identify that in the sound? Okay. The sound means there is no spring action, air. So air is here. So when I speak, what happened? When I open my mouth, actually the air in surrounding area become less denser. So where this less density experience, that produces rarefaction. Okay. So when anyone who speak, when you open your lips, actually you are expanding the air in the surrounding area. Then it is rarefaction. So when I speak, you can see when you speak also, your lips are moving. Closing, opening, closing, opening, closing, opening. So when you close, what happened? The air in the surrounding area again compressed. So now what is happening? Air particles are related, no? So once one rarefaction, one compression, it will in turn vibrate the next air particle. Then second air particle produces rarefaction, compression, and then it goes to the fourth particle and it reaches up till it reaches your eardrum. And eardrum is a vibrating body. So because of this alternating compression rarefactions, our eardrums start moving. It is going on tapping up and down. So this is how sound signal travel. Now, we are speaking in terms of microphones and you are having headset. The same thing what is happening, whatever I speak, it's a sound waves. That waves will be converted into the system, a small component which is in our microphone. So usually you will be learning +2, it's a rectifier. So rectifier is a component which can convert AC into DC. Okay, so AC, alternating signal, can be converted into direct current. So sound waves will be converted into, by conservation of energy, sound waves converting into electrical signals through our system, and then it will be transmitted through the wire, and the receiver in your headset, it will be capturing that signal and then it will be converting again back to sound. So this is how sound transmits to far distances. So whenever the sound travels, it is going on alternating compression, rarefaction, compression, rarefaction. So just like cycle pump, you know the cycle pump. You are filling the tire of the cycle by pushing the piston downward, upward, downward, upward. So what are you doing? When you push it, you are pushing upward. So you are pulling upward, density of the air reduces. Then you compress down the air which has been pushed forcefully inside the cycle tire. So this alternative pushing and pulling of the piston, that creates a rarefaction and compression in the cycle pump, and that produces the air to get inside the tire. Okay, because there's a small nozzle. We are not using a very wide opening for the cycle tire, a small nozzle only. So gradually, as you push the piston, we are forcing a compression and making the air to enter. When you pull the piston, again density reducing, more air will be coming to the surrounding area of the cycle pump. You push down again, so that surrounding air which is coming near the nozzle will be pushed inside forcefully. So this is the same system what we do when you speak. When you speak and when this longitudinal waves travel. So sound wave is a longitudinal. It cannot travel transverse. It moves parallel. It is moves parallel to the wave propagation. So you understood longitudinal. So mainly this chapter we are going to learn speed of the sound in different medium and different expressions. So already in 9th standard we have learned sound waves. How does they propagate? Then we have learned echo, echo reverberation. So we are not going to that echo reverberation this year. Here we are going to little more mechanics branch. So this is about the classification of the waves in terms of how they move in a medium. Okay. So this is again the picture of rarefaction compression, because this is maybe new to you, but transverse waves, you know, they are how it is. Always we represent transverse waves. And so I'm going back, all this you have learned it. Frequency already you told me, number of crest or trough or number of oscillations. Then this is also we discussed. So these are main thing. Now we are coming to next. Speed of the wave. How can you calculate speed of the wave? This is also you have learned in 9th standard. So next heading, speed of a wave motion. Speed of wave motion. So usually this is the general equation. We will be learning different type of equations on a stretched string, on some other medium, like the different medium we uses different equations. Okay, so that is about the speed of. So the speed or velocity of the wave is the distance moved by a wave in 1 second. So far we have learned amplitude, wavelength, frequency, time period. So next we are going to learn detail about speed of the wave. So this is the general definition of the speed of the wave for any wave, even transverse or longitudinal or any type of electromagnetic waves. This is the same equation. So speed of the wave, how do you define? It is the distance moved by a wave in 1 second. So distance moved by a wave in 1 second is known as speed of the wave. Don't confuse with the wavelength. Wavelength is the distance traveled by one wave. Wavelength is the distance traveled by one wave. While speed is the distance traveled by the wave in 1 second. So that is the difference between wavelength and the speed. In wavelength, we are not mentioning the time. But in speed, it is the distance traveled by wave in 1 second, while wavelength is the distance traveled by one complete wave or one complete oscillation. Therefore, we can get an relation. We have already know in mechanism. We have velocity is equal to s by t, that is distance by time. Here instead of distance we have lambda, that is wavelength, and instead of this small t we have time period. So that is the relation. So how do you bring this speed or velocity of the wave in this? By combining the one-dimensional motion equation. Instead of s, in wave motion, instead of s we always use the word wavelength. because wavelength is the distance of a one single wave divided by time period. So this is one equation. This is one equation, and we also know time period is equal to 1 by f. Time period is equal to 1 by f, and if you substitute that in this equation, you are going to get another equation, that is v is equal to f lambda. So these are the two equations to find out the velocity of the speed. So this is we have learned. Either lambda by t or frequency into wavelength. So I can ask you questions, write the relation connecting frequency and wavelength, and write the relation connecting speed and wavelength and time period. So if I am asking you what is the relation connecting speed, wavelength and time period, you will give me the first equation. If I am mentioning what is the relation between frequency and lambda, then you should give me v is equal to f lambda. V is equal to f lambda. Okay? Did you complete? So, v is equal to lambda by t. You can write wavelength by time period. Then we have time period t is equal to 1 by f. Therefore, we are getting another equation, v is equal to f lambda. Okay, so any wave which travel, we call it as a traveling wave. So it can be a transverse wave, or it can be a electromagnetic wave. So on the basis, we are little more learning regarding regarding this movement. We can have three types of other types of waves. That's a new term you are learning. Stationary waves, progressive waves, and standing wave. We also have traveling wave which is moving. So let us now write the speed. So what you, next heading, you can write speed of a traveling wave. Next heading, speed of a traveling wave. So we are going to study different equation for speed. The first case we are going to learn speed of a traveling wave. Traveling wave means it's not something, any wave which is changing its position at a particular time. So that is known as traveling wave. Okay. So you can write, those who want, you can write what do you mean by traveling wave. It's the same only. Any wave which propagate, from one place to another place, depending on time, we call it as a traveling wave. So you can have a picture of representing the traveling wave. You can copy. Use the two colors. So the same wave we are showing at a different time. Okay, different time how it is moves. Y-axis, and here it is x-axis. It is given time, and here it is given displacement. So we are going to assume the same wave, it moves at t time and which moves at t plus delta t time. So like that. So you can draw one wave starting. Draw with me so you will understand the position. And we are considering a harmonic motion, simple harmonic motion. That means it should be the upper crust and trough equal, and it is a constant motion, simple harmonic motion. That means ignoring the frictional force and all other things. Okay, this is the wave. This is at a time t. The first blue wave, what I am drawing at a time t. Now just think it has been changed its position. The next is same, but have some change, phase difference. Okay, so please draw it the way I am drawing. So this pink one, we can write it as T because that is the earlier one. And the blue one, you can write it as T plus delta T because that is later. So only just write it, make a changes. The blue one moving after a change in time delta T, and the pink one, the same wave, it is moved first time T. Then what happens? There is a change between between their phase difference. You can look at the phase difference and there is a change here. You can mark from between the mean position of these two crusts. We can write it as del x. That has, it is the change in displacement between two time. The same wave, how they move at a different time, they have a phase change, del x. Okay. So we need to, on the based on this figure, you have to get the expression. Okay. Have you completed, children? So we will meet at the 3 o'clock. Just complete this diagram and then we will meet at the 3 o'clock. Okay. Completed? Shall I end the slide? And those who are finding it difficult to draw, this is on page 369. Page 369, figure 15.8. Page 369, figure 15.8. So those are finding difficult, you can refer from the textbook. Speed of a traveling wave. Okay. So we'll meet in the afternoon.